Hi, this is Level 1, Week 5 and 6 lesson plans. First, we have our vault stations. Station 1 will be a double station. Each student will have a slider, and they will start in a push-up, walking down the line. Then they'll turn around, put their hands on the slider, and run, push it back. Our second station will have two activities. One student will start at the French fry mat, and will be doing skier jumps, side to side, jumping over the French fry. The second activity, they'll be working on the run, proper hurdle, straight jump. This station will be evaluated. Our third station will be a double station, and the students will be working on donkey kicks with their hands on the block and their feet together on the board. Our last station will be a double station. Each student will have their own Velcro line, and they're going to hop on one foot all the way down, then they'll turn around and hop on the other foot back down the line. Floor stations. Our first station will be a double station and will be evaluated. The students will be working on their forward roll, trying to stand with their feet together and their arms by their ears. Our second station, this will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their candlestick. Arms up, they'll sit to the mat, roll back, toes to the ceiling, and stand, ears staying covered. Our next station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their broken leg kick. They'll start in a lunge with their ears covered, do a big kick showing a split, and then finishing back in a lunge with their ears covered. Our last station will also be a double station, and the students will start in a push-up on the two Velcro lines and walk all the way down, staying in their push-up, and then all the way back. Bar stations. Our first station will be a double station and will be evaluated. The students will be working on their jump to front sport 3 times in a row, keeping their arms straight and their feet together and legs straight. Our next station will be a double station. The students will each have their own set of balancers to hold a push-up in, and then they'll be tapping their hand to the opposite shoulder back and forth 5 to 10 times. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be working on their tuck swing. They'll hold the bar with 2 hands, straight arms, and lift their knees to their chest, trying to swing 3 times in a row without allowing their feet to drop. Our last station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their birdie perch, hands together, and putting 1 foot on the bar at a time, stand, and jump. Beam stations. Our first station will have 2 activities out of it. One student will be on the floor beam, working on their backwards walks, arms out to the side, using 1 foot to brush, touch, and step at a time without turning their head to look. Our next station will be evaled on the second beam, and they'll be working on their proper mount, 1 leg over and stand. Then they'll be walking forwards by themselves to the end of the beam, where they'll do their straight jump dismount, feet together, arms up, jump, landing on their feet in a safety stop. Our second station will be a double station. Each student will have their own side of the beam with the cones in between, and they'll be working on their lunge touch. So they'll start in their lunge with their ears covered, bending at the waist to touch the beam with their hands without letting their ears show or their feet move. Our next station will be a double station. Each student will have their own beam, the middle or the front, and we'll be working on our V-sit and our knee scale. So they'll sit, place their hands behind them, lift their feet up onto the beam, and then V-sit, straight legs. Then they'll allow their hands to come in front, toes up, and knee scale, 1 leg out behind them. Our last station will also be a double station. Each student will have their own balancer where they'll practice standing in passe, counting to 5, then they can switch and try the other leg.